So how will Real Madrid play without their star man? No, I don't mean Pepe, I mean Cristiano Ronaldo. So he's out, suspended after a kick and a punch, a Mortal Kombat combination, which was great to watch. So let's see how they'll play in their game against David Moyes' Real Sociedad. Let's talk some tactics. So if you're watching after the game, make sure to leave your comments in the section below. Let me know what you think, whether I'm right or wrong. The goals will also be located in that link below. So let's talk about Real Madrid. How are they going to feature without Cristiano Ronaldo? Well, it so happens that our great producer over there has pulled up a Real Madrid formation that they had against Real Sociedad the last time they played without Cristiano Ronaldo, funnily enough. So they went with more of a 4-3-3 there. Of course, Luka Modric is going to be injured at the moment, so I don't imagine she'll be featuring in this game. They went with a 4-3-3. James Rodriguez kind of straight swapped in for Ronaldo out wide left, but I don't think that James Rodriguez will stay that wide. If you look here, what I imagine is that James Rodriguez is a good player to have when he comes in from wide areas, tucks in, as we've seen with Colombia, he had that sort of free roll. So this is more which I will think Real Madrid will play. It's almost like a 4-3-3, but they'll utilise their strength through the middle with the likes of Isco, getting him to the ball into these areas. But I think James Rodriguez will be more flexible. You'll find him in this area a lot more with Benzema and Bale kind of pushing up as a front two at times, because Bale, now that without Cristiano Ronaldo to take some of his spotlight, will just completely grow in confidence. His head will get even bigger, I think, and he'll start to get a lot more of the ball. So when you see it here, I think it'll end up turning into what could look like this, with Toni Kroos kind of picking up the ball wide, Isco, James Rodriguez like a front diamond, and almost have Gareth Bale just wandering in this area, finding runs, and you've got Benzema as your front man, who has been linked with a move away from Madrid. Why? I don't really understand, but he is going to be the front man, and I imagine he's going to be in the score sheet this weekend to try and without Cristiano Ronaldo out there. So this is the way I picture it, more of a 4-4-2 diamond, which will start with a 4-3-3, but they're so flexible that they'll move in and amongst that area. But I think Real Madrid, without Ronaldo, is something that may have been a little more catastrophic, say 2-3 years ago. Now they've started to become more fluid without him. However, Ancelotti would be a lot more equipped to face this, should I say, if he would rotate his team more. He came under a lot of criticism recently about the fact that he's not rotated his team as much as the likes of Barcelona or Atletico Madrid even in the league, and he stuck to that same sort of 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 formation with the likes of Bale, Ronaldo and Benzema lining up the front three. So maybe if he utilised James Rodriguez more in that final third, it would be a little easier with the transition. But let's take a look at what their opponents will do to try and counteract this Real Sociedad. So similar to all David Moyes' teams, Real Sociedad, no, they're not losing. Don't jump in straight away. David Moyes did used to structure his team pretty well around a defensive-minded formation. He's made it, like Everton, he made them basically impossible to break down at home. But with Real Sociedad, they've had a bit of a weird run of form ever since their win against Barcelona, which resulted in their most positive aspect, and that is Carlos Vela. Against Barcelona, he was used to try and draw defenders out for a free kick, which they won, and then put in the back of the net thanks to Jordi Alba on goal. But in their last game, what they seem to be doing is getting the ball wide, getting it in the box, which is one of Real Madrid's weaknesses. So Carlos Vela, as I know, is basically their main man to go to this season. So if they could utilise him against Real Madrid, I imagine that's their only way to try and get in behind. They need to penetrate Real Madrid's back line, which is more penetratable this season in the last 2 or 3 games, because Pepe seems to be diving in all over the place. So when you have someone like Pepe and Sergio Ramos who step to you, what happens is they step together. This is a problem we've seen with all Europe's elite at the moment, with Manchester City as well. When they both step, it creates this gap in behind. And with Carlos Vela playing sort of that white ring, the right midfielder winger role, it'll allow room for him to stem in behind. They can be direct with their passes, which they had scored in the last game. It was a direct ball through, and they put the ball in the back of the net. That could be the way to go against Real Madrid. There's gaps there. There is gaps to be found. I almost didn't think there was any at the start of the season, but standard Pepe starts diving in all over the place. Not got a red card yet, which is to be fair to the guy. So we'll see what happens with Sociedad in this game. I still think Real Madrid will be too strong for them. 2-0 victory, even without Cristiano Ronaldo in this game. If I'm right or wrong, leave your comments in the section below. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe to TYT Sports.